Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Naturally Rolanda here, coming with a good video. I wanted to talk about the elephant in the room of how every young person, especially in their 20s going into their 30s or mid 20s going into 30s, feels like that they're never going to be able to purchase their first home. And a lot of people, not everyone, desires to purchase their first home. So I wanted to make a video that it's definitely possible and to share some very important tips with you. If you're interested in today's video, please make sure that you stay tuned, that you watch it all the way to the end for that last juicy tip, and that you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so I have a few basic tips on how you can work towards getting your home in your 20s. It's completely doable. Do not pay attention to what the media is saying, but focus on your goal. I will be looking down a little bit, so please excuse me. I have my notes here on my phone, so just bear with me. The first thing, change your mindset. That is what I had to do when we purchased our first home. I had to believe that it was actually possible for it to happen, that I changed my mindset. I stopped reading the news and I stopped paying attention to the common trends that society likes to say is happening for young people, and I switched it in my mind and said it is possible for me. It's going to happen. I am going to. You have to change your mindset. That is going to enable you to be able to make the decisions towards working towards your home. If you do not change your mindset, it's going to be hard to even see how you're going to get there. It's going to seem impossible. You're going to feel overwhelmed. That positive energy is going to make you see that it is going to happen, and sooner than you think. Start saving for your down payment. Now, this can seem daunting because the next thing I'm going to be telling you is we're going to talk about debt. But the reason why I say start saving for your down payment is it can be super small, right? Say you have a goal for yourself. For example, say you're 25 and you want to have your first home before you turn 28. Just using this as an example. You start saving $100 a month, right? Because that's all you can do. Start doing it, because at least you're getting in the routine, you're being consistent, and you're able to contribute to your house savings fund consistently. When you're able to have some extra money that, you know, you're not making a debt payment towards, or you don't have it allocated towards bills or other expenses, start building that up as much as possible. But it's okay. It's okay to start with a smaller amount. Even if it's not $100, if it's $50, whatever, make sure that you start like a digital fund, a cash envelope where you drop it off to your bank. However you want to do it, having money automatically taken out of your paychecks if you're working for an employer and not yourself. Whatever it is, start putting the money away so that you know that you're building up money for this big moment in your life. Tip number 3, make sure that you are paying off debt. It is something called debt to income ratio. When you are very serious in your, early stages, middle stages of completing a mortgage application, they are going to look at your your debt to income ratio. This is very important because the number one thing, well, it seems like the number one thing that is impacting us young people is student loans. When you have so much student loan debt and you're just getting into the work field, and your salary may be lower and it's not really balancing out, and you haven't really put in a dent into these student loans, that is going to impact how much they're willing to give you. And it may be not a good amount for the location you're looking at, because things are rising excessively. The price of things are going up so high that when you see what you have available, you're like, what am I looking at? What am I gonna buy? So my tip to you, even though you're saving, right, you're also going to be paying off debt. And it may not be student loans. You may have a car loan. You may have some credit card debt. You may have a personal loan. Whatever it may be that's additional debt, when they pull your credit report and they can see that it's still something you're paying, you want to have some of that knocked down before you apply, okay? The mortgage application process is very tricky, long, confusing, frustrating, and that's a whole nother video. But before you apply, before they have all this info about you, start making some debt payments. This right now is the perfect time to really start making some debt payments towards your student loan debt because of the forbearance and your zero interest. This is a perfect time to pay directly towards the principal and see the balance decrease. That is what I did. Before I even went into saying, you know, I want to apply, I made sure that I put a big dent in my student loan debt during the forbearance. And I kept going at it, and then I took a break. Then I started putting more towards my savings, but I wanted to see a drastic change in my student loans, get it under a certain number, increase my salary, and then put more towards my savings, and then go from there and actually have a good shot of being approved for my mortgage application and getting a good amount to get the house I was looking for. So make sure you're paying off debt. And if it's credit cards, like you owe $500 or something, make it happen if your budget allows. Get that stuff paid off, get it nice and clean to the point where you may just have 1 or 2 things you're working on, but do not have all these open accounts of different debts going on before you're trying to apply, and then they see that like, whoa, are you sure you're ready for this? Make sure you handle that before going to the mortgage application stage. Okay, the next tip is pick 2 to 3 potential lenders for your mortgage loan. Do not apply for a mortgage application. You're just doing general inquiry research, looking on their website, seeing what type of loans they even offer, seeing what their interest rates are, and generally speaking, just doing the basics. You're not applying for 2 to 3 that will desperately affect your credit score. Do not do that. But just see who appeals to you the most, so you can know, you know, what you will need to have ahead of time when you're actually going to them to do the initial application. This just helps you in advance, like I said before, to know, you know, they're really looking at certain key factors. They have this grant for first-time home buyers. They do not. They have this interest rate, this, that, and the other. It's really helpful to know who you're going to be working with, their report, just how they work, their reviews, just different things like that, and how quickly they can move, because we are still in a very competitive house buying market. So you want to have someone that communicates well with you, somebody that is able to answer your questions promptly and can get the job done in this type of market. And the next thing would be set a budget based on what you can afford and stick to it. Keep in mind, once you're all in game with a mortgage application, you may be approved for $400,000, right? Based off of your assets, your income, your savings, down payment, etc. But that doesn't mean they're not looking at behind the scenes of your day-to-day expenses, which you pay on a monthly basis. So you have to do that math and decide if you want a mortgage that large, or you want something in the middle or lower to still have a good quality life. You need to make that decision. So when you set your budget based off of what you want to spend, what it allows you to have. Are you able to check off your list of things that you want? Of course, but make sure that the numbers work for you, you're comfortable with it, and you know you can have a good quality life with this number. This is super important. Can't stress that enough. They're not checking on that. They're checking to make sure you can make those mortgage payments, even if you only have a cent left in your checking account. Yes, that's right, 1 cent. So make sure that you're on top of this. Make sure that you feel confident and you know for sure this is going to work for you. And then don't settle. Be okay with waiting for your house. I had to tell myself this over and over and over and over again, especially when the market is hot like it is and you put in an offer, you get denied. We went through that so much. We cried. We constantly were praying. We constantly were just seeking out any type of help or advice because we didn't understand why after offer letter and offer letter and offer letter, it was denied. Like, nope, we picked a different buyer. We didn't pick you. I've been there, and I'm telling you, when it is for you, it is for you. I actually did not like that saying, because when you're in the situation of hoping to be accepted by the seller, you don't want to hear that necessarily, because it's like, I felt like this is for me. But I'm telling you, wait it out. You'll be so much happier. It's a lot of stuff going on in the housing market, and what seems to be for you, if you didn't get it, it was a really good reason why it wasn't meant to be. So just be patient, give yourself grace, and know that you will find your perfect home within your budget, and everything is going to work out. Have a positive mindset and stay focused on your goal. Those are all my tips, you guys. I promise you that they do work, and I promise that if you stay the course, you will be in your house in no time. I wish everyone the best of luck. This isn't just for people in their 20s, this is for anyone generally, but I was dedicating this for my young people especially, because it seems kind of daunting. It seems overwhelming that we won't be able to live our dreams, but I am here to tell you that you will definitely be able to live your dream, that it's going to come true. You just have to stay the course and stay focused. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope to see you on my next one. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and that you subscribe. Comment down below any questions that you have, anything that I didn't clarify well for you. I'm so happy to answer it, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye, guys.